Hello. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm in a bit of a tough spot at the moment. I'll explain why in a moment. First, I just want to say if you've subscribed to me for my VR videos that I've made over the last few years, thank you. To be clear, I am continuing to make all those videos. It's an exciting time in the VR space. There's a lot happening. I'm really passionate about it as a medium. But due to the constant fluctuation of the mainstream interest in this hardware and Meta just jumping from mass promoting their headsets to then barely advertising them, which leads to viewership continually jumping all over the place, for me to make the longer, more detailed videos that I want to make, like my recent Quest 2 versus Quest 3 video, my Veil VR video that documented the development team, their process, and had a review of the game itself all in one video. Those sort of long form, deeper videos, they take a long time to script, they take a long time to record, and a long time to edit. I do basically all of this myself, besides offloading some of the thumbnail work to another person. But when I can't rely on these videos always getting good viewership, especially in times like now, I constantly risk going broke making them. It's why so many YouTubers, especially in this space, end up just reverting to creating these weekly news videos, because they tend to pull, although a lower, but generally more consistent viewership than the larger scale videos. Don't get me wrong, those videos have their place. I make those videos too, but I also like making videos that have a little more depth to them. The point I'm making here is I need a way to fund these, because YouTube ad revenue and even the sponsors that I've been taking on in these videos, although they've been a massive help, I really appreciate them, they're not always enough to justify the expense. On top of this, the main problem here, I made the mistake of buying a 17-year-old Japanese car that is made by a company that happens to rhyme with Dubaru. If you've watched my videos recently, you'll know that my car has become a running joke in almost every video, as in almost every video, it is broken. The reality is it's not a joke. It is actually broken a lot. I bought this car 7 months ago, and in that time I smashed a curb. That was my fault, but it still cost me a lot of money. Then my TGV valves failed immediately after, which wasn't my fault, and that cost me a lot of money. Then the car overheated. I had the thermostat replaced, and that cost me a lot of money. I had that covered on my second channel. And then yesterday, my fucking head gasket blew. Turns out that the overheating in the video on my second channel wasn't actually the thermostat, but was instead the head gasket screaming for life. So now I need a full bottom end rebuild on this engine. I'm not going to sell the car. This car means too much to me at this point, and I've invested too much money in it. Not only is it my only car, but it's also kind of my only friend. So I have a plan here, and it's a plan that may very well be fucking terrible. I've created a Patreon to fund my more detailed and meaningful content and to help fix this poor guy. To be clear, I will probably be okay financially, whether or not anyone joins as a member on this. So to be clear, I'm not begging any of you guys to pay for this. In fact, I actually implore you to do literally anything else than pay for this membership, and instead, I don't know, donate that $5 to charity or GoFundMe for someone who needs it. Literally anything else. I'm just making this as an extra way for people like my content enough to support me and to fund what I do directly. But what do you get? First, you will be featured in every Get Hip video as a Patreon if you join. Credits will also be featured at the beginning of every video. Second, the Patreon will be primarily used to fix my car. So I take this car to car shows, and I want this to be a show car. So not only would you Patrons help me build it out, but I'll also announce on there what shows it will attend, so you can come and see it in person if you live in the UK or you're visiting. Third, you'll get exclusive videos. Videos that I can't post to the main channel because they don't have a place on a VR-oriented channel. This was what the second channel was for, but let's be honest, ain't nobody watching that shit. I'm just kidding. These videos will eventually still be posted to the second channel, but those of you who support me on Patreon will get them much earlier, and you'll be directly a part of the thumbnail, title, and editing process. As of right now, there's a full-length 13-minute fully edited video that I spent weeks on, which is currently available to anyone who supports me on Patreon that can't be watched anywhere else. I also post the editing timelines, including the editing timelines for all my main channel videos. So if you guys want to see that, if you want behind the scenes insight, if you make YouTube videos yourself, that's all available to you on the Patreon as well. Fourth, you get exclusive posts from me directly, and you can directly interact with me if you need VR help or help generally. But most importantly, this will be a hub for one-on-one direct YouTube content creation advice. This includes help with thumbnails, help with your editing, help with monetization. We can have community chat sessions, live streams. YouTube is something I've been able to make full-time income off of. I've been doing this full-time for about 3 years now, and I'll be sharing all of my knowledge on Patreon. You will also get the Patreon role in my Discord, that kind of goes without saying, to show people that you are the GOAT. Fifth, I take a lot of photos of cars. I don't have any way to post these. They don't fit on my Instagram as that's personal. I don't want to make another account to post them. These are high quality automotive photos that are shot on my Sony 6400. You can download them, you can save them, you can use them as wallpaper, whatever you want. The first batch is already up on Patreon for you to go and view right now, and I will be posting a second batch within the next couple of weeks. Sixth, if this generates enough revenue, I will send out Get Hip branded stickers to those of you who support me on there. There's 3 tiers. You get the exact same thing from all 3 of them, but you can just choose how much you want to pay if you want to join. Look, I get that this isn't much. This is just a way for you guys to directly support me if you like my content enough to give me money. These perks, they're just really there to try and at least give you something back directly, even if it's not much. And I'm fully aware there are people out there in worse positions than owning a Subaru, like owning a BMW. I'm also fully... Anyway, if you do or don't support me on Patreon, thank you anyway for just listening to me to this point, and thank you for watching my videos. This video will probably be deleted in about 72 hours because I don't even like the idea of a video like this being up there. Either way, I love YouTube. It's my dream job. I've been making videos since I was 11 on my mother's iPad, so regardless of what happens here, I'm just glad I can make videos. That's all I want to do. All right. Thank you for listening. Sick.